Hey guys, it's your boy Ojo Sam here, finally with an upload, and it's sort of a brand new series, our FIFA 20 Poor Man's Road to Glory. It's quite simple. All we're going to be doing is having no FIFA points, grinding out the game, hopefully getting good packs and you know good rewards and stuff like that, getting coins and building a god squad basically, to play in foot champs, division rivals and all of that. And hopefully this will be able to help out with you guys as well, a few tips and tricks and how to have a good team and be better on FIFA hopefully, even though I'm not the best. But anyway, so we as you can see here, we're on the web app, starting everything off because I didn't want to use up with the EA access 10 hours on the console, so I said I might as well use the web app and do the the things that I don't need the PlayStation for, and I can still show you the packs. I wanted to open on the console and show you guys who I got in the packs. It wasn't the best, but the footage kind of mucked up, so I can't show you it. I think I got like players like Pavard. You'll see some of them in the team, so you can kind of get a gist of who I got. But yeah, so with this channel at the moment, I'm basically relaunching the channel. Hopefully I can get a few series along. It's not hopefully just going to be FIFA. It's going to be weird games, like GTA and whatnot, and all these types of games, in addition to another FIFA series, probably like a Draft to Glory. Well, probably go on another account, put like 500 FIFA points, start our draft, and hopefully after that not use any FIFA points or anything like that, and just build an apps, get quite a few coins and stuff like that, and maybe at the end have a bit of fun doing drafts, getting loads of coins, getting sick rewards. And that's going to be the other series I'm thinking about doing. If you guys want that, just leave a like or put a comment down of anything else that you'd want. But as you can see, we're getting into our first game. Quite well, it's not our first game because, as I said, the footage did muck up, but of the video, we've got this one. The guy got a lone icon. My one was Desai, which I was quite happy with. 3 games with Desai, quite a good icon as well to get, especially to help out with the defense. But as you can see here, first minute, Unal gets a chance, and this was just an absolute mess. Had one chance there, shot blocked, and then another shot saved from the keeper, and then beautiful fake shot there from Pogba to make it 1-0. It was very, very nice. But yeah, from the gameplay, opinions on my gameplay so far of FIFA, I know a lot of people, some people like the pros and stuff like that are quite happy with it. They say, oh, defending's a bit more difficult, which is a good thing and stuff like that. The passing for me is a bit inconsistent, but I still like it at the same time. I just realized that, like, after playing quite a few games, I've just noticed that quite a lot of first time passes don't really work out, so you kind of got to be a bit more patient, which does help because quite a lot of FIFAs, people just do laser passing all the time, and it's just not realistic, to be honest. But see, we're 2-0 up, and then we do concede. Pogba was an absolute tank in the first 5 games. These are placement games where to decide what division we are. I did think I did quite well with the team I had. I think I did quite a good job, and with who I the result I got, and then the results I got, because the teams that we were playing against, I mean, I was working with Pedro Chirivella from Liverpool, who's a 66 rated silver, and it wasn't the best team, and I wasn't really using my subs bench a lot, so I wasn't using lone Jadon Sancho. The only lone I was really using was Paul Pogba and Desai, which I had to finish after the 3 games. Pogba played all 5, and as I said, he was amazing. Like you can see here, another beautiful finish. I think this was like his 2nd goal of the game. He was an absolute, maybe 3rd actually. He might have been, it was his hat trick. He was already on his hat trick. He was an absolute tank. Not even, I think I ended up later playing him at cam, but at the start I wasn't playing him at cam. I was playing Camarasa at cam. So he was an absolute beast. I mean, you can see here, he was dragging the ball back, taking brilliant finishes, and he may be a player I might get in the future, because playing those first 5 games with him, he was an absolute tank. I don't know whether that was because the people I was playing against weren't as good, but when I was playing with him, he was amazing. But yeah, we're quite happy with the way we're playing. Passing the ball around, knocking about. Brilliant finish there from me now to make it 4-1, and we were just running away with it, to be honest. 5-1. I think, if I'm looking back, I think defensively, with all the games, I was a bit shaky. Like, I think even still, because I've played a few games, hopefully I can get a video out for you guys, which I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but I haven't edited it, but I've got the gameplay, and it's going to be an absolute. It's a madness. That's all I'm going to say. It was an absolute madness with the things that happened in that video, in the gameplay that I've got. It's probably not going to be as much Division Rivals gameplay. There might be a little bit, but as Thursday was the Division Rival Awards and stuff like that, I was able to do quite a few SBCs, and even with all the Season 1 objectives and stuff like that, you know, I chose Van Dijk here because I thought he's the best rated player. If I ever choose a Premier League team, I can use him for a bit. But yeah, as I said, Division Rivals and all of that, they were quite good for me. But I'm not going to say anything because I want to show you guys, because it was quite good. And then we get into the next game anyway. Bog standard Premier League team with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Divock Origi and James Milner, and also Adrian. You know, you can tell I'm a Liverpool fan, but yeah, it was quite a good team compared to mine. Again, it was quite good, but then they start getting the lead with Mr. Clutch himself, Divock Origi, getting the goal to make it 1-0. Yeah, it was a bit annoying, not gonna lie, but as I did say, the first game, I wasn't able to get the gameplay off. It was probably one of the best games. Sadly, it was probably one of the best games, you know, the most enjoyable ones to watch, because I was 2-0 down. Look at that turn, by the way, absolutely brilliant. R1. When you press R1, you either do a dummy or it will do a turn like that, and it's so effective, especially with how defending is on FIFA. If you lunge in, it just takes the players out of the game. But look at this. This is a problem I've had with FIFA. You can see the player there. The player comes from left back and goes. It was really weird, but you can have a rewind again. But it benefited me in this case. But it's always the left position that it always, like, sometimes they just start on the corner line or something like that, and you know, if they get a quick kickoff, it can really affect your player's positioning. But yeah, it allowed us to get an early second goal. I mean, a quick second goal to go from 1-0 down to 2-1 up. And I thought, you know, maybe we can get back, but then, you know, just stay in the lead. But then Origi plays in Pulisic and ends up being 2-2. Not really the best situation, but we end up going into half-time 2-2. Bit annoyed, but not too fussed as well, because we're playing quite well. You know, Pogba was getting on the score sheet. We're, you know, doing quite well. But yeah, I think the gameplay overall, I do like it. I do like the gameplay. I do like the new features that they've added onto on it. Like I don't know if you guys have tried the new house rules games. Like the one I really like is Mystery Ball. It's quite a fun one, especially to play with your friends and stuff like that. I've also liked the you see here we do concede, but I also like the King of the Court. I haven't tried the other ones like Swaps. I haven't tried those ones yet, and Max Chemistry, but they do look like fun additions to the team. And I also like the new season objectives and all of that, because it kind of gives you more of an incentive to play the game and do stuff like that. Because last year we had the weekly objectives, and sometimes you might get a good player out of it, but at the end of the day, it wasn't really. It was quite restricting at the same time, because if you played, you know, that week, you play everybody, you know, to get like a, you know, informed Paul Pogba, I don't know, like a special Paul Pogba or something like that, you'd have to do X, Y, and Z, and it wasn't for me. I like this way, you know, you can grind, get these rewards, and you don't, you know, there's loads of different ways you can get those rewards as well, so it doesn't restrict you to using one team and stuff like that. For example, me last year, I got transfer banned. I still had a really good team, but I got transfer banned, so it was kind of annoying to you know, try and complete objectives, because all I had to do, the only way I could get those objectives if I didn't have the players was by packing them. But I tried to do quite a few of the SBCs as well on the web app, but I did have also quite a few problems again with the transfer market. I'm not banned luckily this year, but I had quite a few problems with the transfer market on the web app. It just wouldn't let me access it until I played quite a few games, and then I played like over 10 games, played these ranked matches, and I still wasn't able to access the transfer market, which was very annoying, because I'd really want to just do the SBCs on the laptop and then just play the games, because as I said, I only had an allocated 10 hours from EA Access, and then luckily it was only for 4 days, because I pre-ordered the I pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition where it had all the packs and all of that. So that was a good thing, because the 10 hours wouldn't have to last me for 7 days. I wouldn't have to basically play just over an hour a day, which was a good thing. I played, you see here, the next game. The guy had quite a good team again, had a few goal players, you know, an all goal team, but then you see Borja Mayoral with an absolute brilliant finish. But then, actually, yeah, this guy had an insane team. He had, like, especially bear in mind this was probably the first day that FIFA was out, not the web app, just the full game. He had a Kanji, who was like a 20k player, Lucas Hernandez, who was extinct at the time, but now is probably going for about 40-50k. Rulison, who was another extinct player. He had such a good Bundesliga team, and before, just after half time, he equalises to make it 2-1, and then Pogba with an absolute thunderbolt. Absolutely brilliant. I'm telling you, I had Paul Pogba last year on FIFA 19, and it was really weird because I got him as a red inform and I thought he's going to be amazing. I wasn't the biggest fan of him last year, but when I've been playing with him now, he was an absolute tank. He was doing everything. He was dribbling, he was scoring, but then I have a tendency to do stupid things. I was 2-1 up against a very good team, decided to give the ball away. As I said, the first time passing is a problem, which I kind of learned the hard way, and tackling as well is very, very difficult this year. And I gave away a penalty. The guy didn't even take a good shot. It was a stupid penalty to concede. And yeah, tackling this year is really difficult. I tend to now not to tackle. I tend just to jockey, which does invite me to loads of long shots, to be honest, but it's much better than compared to giving away stupid penalties like that, or just overcommitting and just giving away penalties, or just leaving like a fast striker or something like that so much space just to score. But you can see it makes it 2-2 in this game, and that was all she wrote, because the game ended up being 2-2. It was really stupid because it was my first draw out of the placement games. I think I played quite well. You know, to be playing these teams, you know, this guy had informs, he had all these players, and to beat him, to draw against him 2-2, and I should have beaten him. Even though you look at the stats, you know, it was such a stupid goal to concede. But then this game, I believe this was the last game of the placement games. We end up playing just a box standard Serie A team with a few, you know, good strikers in Piatek and Milik. But you know, good players compared to my strike force, much better than mine. Yeah, so we did quite well so far. We're on 3 wins and one draw. And then this one, you can see the goal that I had for the concede. I conceded one with Milik. I conceded to Milik. I was 1-0 down, and then Paul Pogba with an absolutely beautiful header there to make it 1-1. As I said, he was an absolute tank, and headers this game are a rarity. I barely ever score headers, so it was a beautiful header. Whenever I do, it always goes over. Whenever I try and score a header, it always goes over. But yeah, this was Pogba's last game. We play it into Morena's now got the ball. He plays it back into Piszczek, who I don't know why he's in that position. He gets a shot blocked and then just absolutely whacks it. Goalkeeper doesn't even move, and it makes it 2-1 just before half time. And after this, few things happened, and the floodgates started opening. We were quite good in this game. I was a bit worried when we went 1-0 down, but we then after this, an absolutely crunching tackle from De Sciglio, his right back, and that gives him a red card. He gets a red card for that, and after that, once he got the red card, it was game over. He wasn't really attacking that much. He was getting a few chances here and there, but the floodgates started to open. You can see passing the ball here. Unal turns. I did the right, as I said, the R1 turn is so effective. It just brings players out of position, especially now with defender being more manual. It really does bring players out of position. And then I got it on green, my first ever goal on a green time shot. And this year is so much more difficult to get shots on green. It feels like the threshold between yellow and green is much lower. So there's more room for error. So, you know, whilst last year you could time anything, to be honest, and then this was a very lucky goal. Camarasa gets the shot blocked and then gets the rebound. Easy as you like to make it 4-1. As I said, the floodgates were opening, but you know, it makes it 4 wins and 1 draw with the team I've got, which I think you guys could happily agree with me, it's not the best team. But yeah, and then look at this, beautiful. I love this quick, you know, just the little flick into Paul Pogba, and then Paul Pogba once again, I think making it his 2nd goal of the game. He was an absolute tank for me, and you can see it again. Look at that, it was absolutely beautiful, brilliant finesse shot, and that makes it 5-1, and that was again all she wrote to make it 4 wins and 1 draw. So I was going quite well into my placement to decide what division I am in division rivals. So the game finished 5-1, as I said. But yeah, this is basically the end of the video. I'm going to show you what placement I did get. Quite a good one, to be honest. You'll see here I did manage to get into division 4, which was absolutely great. You know, my rewards are going to be good for division rivals, and hopefully, even though it's going to be a bit difficult, hopefully I'll be able to stay in there or hopefully get promoted sometime soon. But anyway, this is the end of the video. And maybe, you know, if you got any advice, feel free to put it down in the comments section below. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll put it on my about page or whatever, or in the description as well. Like this video, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't. Hopefully another episode, the next episode, which I will say is going to be amazing. Also hit the notification bell. Yeah, it's your boy Sam, and hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a nice day.